I was telling Sean, I don't think this is the right time to do this, just because if we share this stuff now, man, it's gonna give folks a huge advantage. But he's been pushing back. He like, LA, listen, I'm gonna do it. You know, Sean does what he want to do. So
don't operate out of fear. Don't not do something that's gonna benefit your employees or benefit your organization because you're fearful of what might or might not happen in 2 years or 5 years down the road. I will turn around and comp an automotive professional one of my dealer badges, okay, for NADA. So yes.
What's happening, everybody? This is L.A. Williams, Vice President with Dealer Synergy and the Blind Master, also the co-creator of the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. And man, I'm telling you, I'm pumped up, fired up, super excited, man. This is 2026, and we already in the mix of it. It don't even matter, man. I'm telling you, like, February is coming. We got some phenomenal events happening. Sean, you want to talk about some of the events that we got going on? Because it's crazy.
Yeah, well, first of all, Happy New Year to everybody. New year, new me, new you. Let's get that money, everybody. So what's exciting is NADA LA, February 3rd to the 6th is a little bit different because we are going to be in like during the week. Usually NADA is on the weekends and stuff, but so I think it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's only 2.5 days, but we are going to be exhibiting at booth number 3315 in the West Hall. So that's
West Hall, baby.
Yo, the West Side is the best side, right?
You know it.
And LA, aren't you speaking again?
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you speaking about?
Talking about a new era of emotional intelligence, right? Something that a lot of, and if we could just be real, if we can be honest for a moment, right? That's something that is sorely lacking in our industry, right? We just have, hot-headed managers, let's be real, right? We got salespeople who are, can be a little bit selfish, right? We get very self-centered inside of us just wanting to make money. And we forget sometimes to read the room, right? We forget sometimes to get a little bit internal when it comes to just reflections, right? Making sure that we are representing ourselves in the best light.
Intro, brother. What are you doing? Listen, man, we're going to turn around and get into that.
I get fired up.
When are you speaking? What day and time?
You know what? I believe it might be on the very first day. I think I'm speaking on Tuesday.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, so Dealer Synergy is going to be exhibiting at 3315 West. We have a 10 by 30 booth. It's going to be L.A. Williams, a.k.a. the Blind Phone Master, Sean V. Bradley, the Millionaire Car Salesman. You're going to have Tiana Chanel Mick. T got your keys, and you got El Jefe herself, the boss. Karen Bradley, the CEO of Dealer Synergy, is going to be in the mix as well. And we have a special announcement right here. We've partnered with CallSource. See, Dealer Synergy has this amazing outsourced BDC, and we focus on everything on the sales side. Internet sales, phone ups, unsold showroom traffic, data mining, equity mining, lease retention. But on the service side, we partner with CallSource. They have a service BDC. So it makes the natural fit, the yin and the yang. We're this outsourced sales BDC side. They're the outsourced service BDC side. We're also going to have an open bar, on the first and second day, full open bar from I think it's either 12 to 5 or 1 to 5, but 4 to 5 hours a day. And then on top of that, we're going to be we're going to be raffling. There's going to be lots of swag, lots of giveaways at the booth, but we're going to be giving away some high-end bourbon. So you're going to stop by the Dealer Synergy booth.
Talk about the intro.
Yeah, well, I'm saying you're trying to sell your work. I'm not trying to sell them on us. No, I'm okay, right? Listen, we're having some fun. We're going to talk about NADA this year. When we come back from the break, we got to pay these bills. Let these sponsors get the little word in, but we'll be back.
It's the Millionaire Car Salesman, y'all. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for the absolute best automotive sales training from the #1 millionaire car salesman in the world, Cody Carter, who sold 1,408 units in 2023 and made $1.2 million in personal income, make sure you sign up for Cody's 24/7 video on-demand training, tracking, and testing certification program, Sell Like Cody. That's right, Sell Like Cody is on Bradley On Demand. Cody covers absolutely everything in his successful selling process. If you want to learn how to sell more cars, more often, and more profitably, enroll now at bradleyondemand.com or contact Dealer Synergy today.
Thank you for calling Doing It Wrong Motors. How can I help you?
I was looking at the tan 2023 GMC Terrain. You guys still have that?
Oh, sorry. That vehicle's been sold.
Could this be happening at your dealership? Get the Dealer Synergy team to handle calls the right way. We'll gather all the information, drop it in the CRM, set a solid appointment with notes, so all you have to do is sell. Do yourself a favor and go to dealersynergy.com for a free demo.
And no more of this burning through phone-ups nonsense.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we are back. This is the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, man. I'm telling you, I love this podcast, not just because I'm a host, right? I really like it because of the conversations that we have. And it's just centered around one of the things that I really enjoy, which is money. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love making money. I love being in the environment where people make money, and that's something that's that's what happens at NADA, right? You get to be around the big folks. I love how they had. Then they had the planes out one year. Do you remember that? They had the plane. Oh, that was phenomenal.
LA, I'm gonna jump in and tag in on this one.
Yeah.
See, NADA is the preeminent conference. It's the annual conference. This is what I explain to non-car people is our Super Bowl. You got to understand that the United States of America is the leading automotive economy in the world. Okay, as far as sophistication, technology, sales, profits, etc. The American automotive economy is insane. I mean, so people literally come from all over the world, all the major countries to learn what are we doing in automotive? What are our practices? What are our, strategies? What's our technology? I've had the privilege to be a 17-time NADA convention speaker. I've also been a speaker at the ATD, which is the Automotive Truck Dealer, conference, which is in partnership with NADA. I've also been a featured speaker for the international circuit, which is really humbling. It's like the UN. When you're doing a session, they have all of the interpreters in the back of the room with the headsets and
I remember that.
Keyboards, you know what I mean? So
crazy.
LA, first of all, I want to honestly congratulate you because, this is a very prestigious thing. There's only a very limited amount of speakers that are able to make it. And NADA has the most stringent of application processes that has an entire board that reviews every one. They have so many different variables, and a lot of it does not have to do with the speaker. It has to be with the actual content and presentation. So kudos to you, A, for the right curriculum, and B, kudos for you for being recognized again as a returning NADA speaker. What does that mean to you as a professional speaker, and more importantly, as an automotive expert, that NADA has recognized you as one of the few, the proud, the elite?
Man, it's an honor. I mean, let's just be real about it because, just to be on the stage where so many have spoken, right? The giants, you know what I'm saying? And then the simple fact that they see the information that I'm bringing to the table as valuable, right? Understanding that this is what our industry needs, right? And so it's just one of the most humbling, most honorable feelings that you can kind of have, being in a space like that and being able to transfer the knowledge, right, from myself to the rest of the industry. It's something I get to do it on a daily basis, just working with dealers and things like that. But man, it's so much different when it's the entire industry, right? That's basically what NADA is, right? Talking to the entire industry, and I love it.
100%. NADA tries to do the best that they can, just like the OEMs try to do the best that they can, just like everybody tries to do the best that they can. The NADA tries to predict or articulate what the most important information is. And they try to find the most talented and credible subject matter experts to relay that information. So again, one last kudos to you, my brother. You bring honor on our house of Dealer Synergy there. So now, I love exhibiting, at NADA because, I mean, man, let's talk about it. It's surreal to me sometimes. These companies spend millions of dollars on a temporary booth. Like some of these multi-billion-dollar companies spend $2 to $3 million for 2.5 days. This is the largest segment for all of the vendors, all the technology. So as a student of the game, as a fan of the industry, I love going to the exhibit hall myself and literally just walking down each and every one of the aisles. And especially, which one I'm especially excited for? The smaller booths, because it's been, I don't know, over a decade and a half since we had a 10x10. But, those are the new startup companies. Those are the hungry companies. Those are the innovative technology. So I love going to not just the big booths, but all of the booths to see what the new products are, what the new services are, what the new strategies are. Because everybody, it's like a bazaar, right? Everybody's there. It's like a huge, giant indoor flea market, metaphorically speaking, that's of sophisticated nature. Would you agree, LA, with that?
Absolutely, man. It's like, I like being able to go and like people have these little games and things like that. People have just different things that are inviting you right to their booth, right? Because you start off having a little bit of fun, then you end up having conversations with people, and then you learn new things, and you're like, wow, like I never thought about it that way, right? Or sometimes people have you maybe do a clip for them and kind of just talk about the importance of their product and what it brings to the table. And sometimes people just have you give tips to their attendees, right? The people who are at their booth, right? And I never mind doing that stuff. I always think it's an honor, right? Because they really appreciate, the information that I bring as a speaker, right? I remember that one year, Sean, I was throwing up the basketball, right? Trying to get something in the hoop for a prize and everything. But it wasn't about that, right? Because, me being blind, that's not always necessarily the easiest thing. But what it was doing was it was attracting people to the booth because people were wanting me to get it, right? So, it was just a lot of fun. I think it's more than just information. Yes, information is, the big reason why we're all there, but the camaraderie for everyone in the industry together, man, just like in one place, it's a beautiful thing. I love it.
No, I would say that's it right there. This is such a huge industry and there's so much money in this industry, but it's honestly small. Globalization is a real thing, which means that the world is not as big as we really think it is. And you could tell that at NADA, because this is going to be, I've been going to NADA, man, for over a quarter century now, like literally over 25 years. I've been going to NADA. I'm a 17-time speaker. You know what I mean? And I've been going over 25 years. That means when I was still a manager at Pine Belt or Cherry Hill Nissan, when I was on the front lines, I was going to NADA as an attendee. And I was so grateful that look at how I became. Look at what I was to be. You know why? Because my managers at the dealership weren't scared of losing me because of lack of production or that I'm going to go get poached by someone else, because they wanted me to be the most that I could be. And when I was on the front lines, I delivered. Remember, folks, I was selling 110 units a month out of my internet department, literally over 24 years ago. You know what I mean? What, 24 years ago? No.
Kudos to you. Yeah. That was 2001, so 25 years ago.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, I'd say about, for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time to be doing this. And again, like that was crazy. People weren't selling not even close to that on the internet. That's how long I've been doing this. So again, the reason why I think I was so successful back then is because I was training. I was going to 20 groups. I was going to, training from third-party providers. I was going to workshops. I was going to NADAs, and my dealer invested in my education. Yeah, now you could say, well, Sean, you're not in the dealership now. Yeah, well, how many people stay at a dealership? The average, person, like the average attrition for the average dealership is like 70%. 70% of the sales force and BDC force is not going to be there next year for the average dealership. So again, don't operate out of fear. Don't not do something that's going to benefit your employees or benefit your organization because you're fearful of what might or might not happen in 2 years or 5 years down the road. What you should be focused on is right now, immediately, how can you support your person? And I'm telling you, guys, ladies and gentlemen, going to NADA was huge for me. I was able to go on the exhibit floor and I would learn. And there was stuff because it's NADA, it's like a bazaar, right? So there's freebies, there's samples. I would be able to develop stuff. I would develop my vendor network. And not all the times would I ever buy anything from them. I mean, like, think about it. Think about anybody listening to this. I'm sure you know vendors, you know trainers, you consultants that you have relationships with, or you're on their Facebook page and you listen to their podcast, but you never bought a damn thing. You know how many times people say to me after they finally pull the trigger, I've been following you for years. I'm like, and now you decide to cut me a check. All right. I'm glad I did something. No, I'm only kidding. But my point being, you get what I'm saying, LA, is not like you get so much value just developing that network of vendors. And then there's attendees, you know, that you're going to be able to develop almost like a walking, breathing 20 group, metaphorically speaking. It's like a 2000 group. And then the education classes that you got are second to none. I mean, my God, like, you know, trainers, like high level trainers, keynote speakers, we charge $10,000, $15,000 a day minimum, you know, sometimes $20,000, $25,000 a day. That's a lot of money. Like, so some of the speakers that are at NADA, and not even the keynote speakers that they get, those people are like $100,000 to $300,000 for 1 hour. Holy crap. So if you don't even have to pay for the ticket, your dealership is paying for this, or your vendor's paying for it for you to give you a comp, I would absolutely go to NADA 1000% just for the networking experience of it, just to be able to meet people and learn the educational portion of it. LA, what say you on?
What I say is, and my whole thing is, don't downplay yourself where it's like, oh, well, you know, that's for the big wigs. One of my guys used to always say stuff like that. NADA is for the big wigs. No, NADA is for everyone, including you, right? And even if you think about it, even if you thought that NADA was for the big wigs, why are you downplaying yourself like you're not growing into a quote unquote big wig, right? You have to have the mentality that, hey, listen, I'm where I am right now, but that doesn't mean that that's where I'm going to be forever, right? There's going to be people who like really respect what you bring to the table. And so you want to go and, like Sean's saying, build that network right now. Start, you know, meeting people, start getting your face seen, start, you know, being where the winners are, right? The whole situation is NADA is where success lives. Don't you want to be in that same era? Don't you want to be in that same place? Absolutely you do. So don't just think, oh, let me sit home in my dealership because of the one car I might sell, because of the two cars I might sell. Don't think that, oh, you know, somebody got to hold it down at home. Okay, that may be the case.
Our friend Chris Saraceno is the vice president and part owner of the Kelly Automotive Group. He's also the author. Shout out to Chris Saraceno for a book called The Theory of Five, which is the concept that you are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. If you're on the BDC team and all you do is hang out with BDC reps, that's as good as you're going to be. If you're on the floor with a bunch of like 9, 10 car people, that's the average that you're going to be. If all you do is you stay at your local yokel dealership and you don't know any thoughts, any technology, any philosophy, any strategy from other high-level thinkers, you're never going to excel. NADA is absolutely where the winners go. The majority of people there are dealer principals, GMs, GSMs, and sales managers, but there are a lot of other people that are there. They're salespeople, they're BDC reps, they're F&I managers, they're sales managers. So go. And I know
people who want more is the bottom line.
They invest in themselves. Sometimes people turn around and say, hey, my dealership didn't even, pay to have me here. So matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do out of the show of my kindness in my heart. I am a high-level exhibitor and we're speakers at NADA. I will turn around and comp an automotive professional one of my dealer badges, okay, for NADA. So yes, if there is an automotive professional, okay, if you are a GM, GSM, sales manager, F&I manager, internet director, BDC director, or internet consultant, salesperson, or BDC rep, reach out to me. My cell phone number is 267-319-6776. And all I want you to do is, tag me and just text me or call me and say, I want to go to NADA. I will turn around and give you one of my badges, so you will have free entrance into NADA and the exhibit hall. Do you understand me? You have to take care of your flight and your hotel. That's on you, but I don't know what the badges cost, $800, $1,000, whatever they are. You don't have to worry about that. I'll take care of one of yours just because I want to see more people level up and do more, be more, and achieve more, and go to NADA. What do you think about that, LA? Let's give away one badge. I think
that's absolutely fire, man. 100%. That's a big deal, right? And initially, Sean, that's one of the things that I always loved about you is you're always so accessible. People, sometimes when people get to your level, they're like, oh, reach out to my assistant. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you're giving people your cell phone number, tell them to call you, right? Because I would have told them, hey, listen, post something in the Millionaire Car Salesman group, right? But Sean is like willing to he's like, listen, contact me directly. And there are some people who are going to, be all afraid and all that. And what's going to happen is they're going to miss out on this opportunity. They're going to miss out on a chance, right? To be in the space of, what NADA brings to the table, what Dealer Synergy brings to the table. Because think about it. I mean, we're average and ordinary people, so we're going to be at the booth. It's not like you can't just sit around and have conversations with us. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to tell you, oh, put down that pen and paper, right?
What I want to do is this. I want to pay some bills a little earlier today. When we come back, I want to talk to everybody. It's time to tell everybody what's going on in the company. There's some huge announcements.
Shoot.
And we're going to kind of get into this. So let's pay them bills, and I'll bring it back.
We'll be right back, y'all. It's the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast.
This has been the most in-depth training I've had in my lot of years in the car business.
We went from 60 cars to 156 cars a month in 3 months.
NAMAD, the entire Toyota Chicago region, as well as the top automotive groups like Koons, Lithia, and Norm Reeves have all used Bradley On Demand to train their team.
They're the most comprehensive training company I've seen, and they by far have the best support system.
Doing 50 cars a month, topped out at 80. I can tell you that the Bradley On Demand training will get you to the next level.
And guess what? The world's #1 car salesman, Cody Carter, shares his exclusive strategies right here. You want his secrets? You gotta have Bradley On Demand. If you're still not enrolled in Bradley On Demand, you're missing out on the best virtual automotive training in the world. Enroll now or contact us for a free test drive of the platform today.
Hey everybody, this is SVB, and the place to be is the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast.
Yes,
I am
indeed.
The co-creator with my sidekick. My co-creator, my partner, Mr. L.A. Williams, the blind master. L.A., we back. All right, let me jump into it.
Yes, indeed.
L.A., can I tell everybody, I've been just dying to talk about everything that we got going on.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, I was telling Sean, I don't think this is the right time to do this, just because if we share this stuff now, man, it's going to give folks a huge advantage. But he's been pushing back. He like, LA, listen, I'm going to do it. Sean does what he want to do. So,
all right, I guess we got it. Okay. So, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, what we have created is second to none. We have created an amazing artificial intelligence role-playing technology. There is no other training company that's doing this. We are spending literally tens of thousands of dollars in R&D with research and development. We are working with some very, very advanced AI companies, okay? And I'm not talking about the ones for there. This is for training, okay? This is role-playing software. So we have artificial intelligence role-playing software where you could literally role-play outbound phone call conversations, inbound phone call conversations, internet conversations, unsold showroom traffic conversations, data mining, equity mining, special finance conversations, service conversations. You could even turn around and make them difficult, easy, different personalities, male, female, etc. Objections, rebuttals, pushing back, difficult. Every type of scenario. We have different escalation protocols. So, and then in addition to that, we have the absolute best, amazing AI, artificial intelligence scorecard. We've got software that will analyze the role play, be able to identify strengths and weaknesses, give a numerical score like a 60, 70, 80, 90%. It tracks everything from like words per minute. So if you're talking too fast, filler words like ahs, this, that, and the other thing. It actually measures talk listen ratio. How much are you talking versus listening to the AI? It reconciles on our process. For example, when you are at Dealer Synergy, we have an outbound phone call protocol called the road to the appointment process. All my car people, think about this. On the showroom floor, you have a road to the sale process, a step-by-step engagement strategy when you engage an unsold prospect and you walk them through the meet and greet, the qualify, product selection, et cetera, right? That's the road to the sale. Well, we have a road to the appointment process. So it goes like this: greeting, asking permission to speak, stating purpose of the call, pacing the conversation, qualifying the prospect, identifying expectations, implement rebuttals, transition, validate, value package proposition, trial, close, and close. It might sound like a lot, but it's not. It literally takes about 36 seconds to the first 4 steps. It literally takes about 44 seconds to the first 5 steps. That it's just basic phone etiquette. My program really begins step 5 to 10. So here's my point: is since we already have all that, I've been in business. We've been in business for 22 years. I've got 28 years of experience. I got 5,000 articles published. I've got over 10,000 videos. Y'all know this. You know me. I got millions and millions of views. I've got an international best-selling book. You know what we've been doing? We've been cooking in the kitchen, LA. We've been cooking. What have we been cooking? I got my crock pot. It's called my knowledge base for AI. We're pouring in article after article, video after video, transcript after transcript. I'm going into voice mode with my AI. I'm role playing, I'm practicing, I'm drilling, I'm rehearsing, I'm training my knowledge base. Do you understand? We are at the highest levels in the United States of America, which means the world, in automotive excellence. And we are pouring all of our information, inspiration, our essence, our aura. Young kids know what I mean when I say aura, into our AI. And so now with all that experience, we have the most advanced, it's not even close, artificial intelligence, role play, and scorecard technology. So your people don't have to practice with real customers ever again. They don't have to burn through ups, LA. Now, why is that so important?
Well, before we even kind of talk about that, Sean, I want to reframe what you just said. So understand that just before we all swarm Vegas for NADA, there's a conference happening right now as we speak. It's called CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. And they are focusing on 3 key pillars, but one of them is called Engineering Tomorrow, right? Engineering Tomorrow. What does that mean? It means that, listen, your tomorrow is not already laid out for you. You can literally decide how your tomorrow, what your 2026, 2027, 2028 is going to look like if you do certain key things. And here's the thing. We all know AI has been super important over the last couple of years, blah, 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 right? But now it's at a place where we can literally engineer tomorrow. You ever have a time, Sean, where you had a conversation with a customer and then you were like, oh man, I should have said this. Oh man, I should have said that. Every single salesperson or manager, I know we've all experienced that. Well, now you don't have to wonder, oh, what would have happened if I would have said this, right? You get to literally rehab the conversation with your AI until you consistently get the result that you want. I'm telling you, it's the greatest invention since sliced bread and cold watermelon on the 4th of July. I'm trying to tell y'all, right? So, because it puts you in a position where you get to be a daggum sniper when it comes to your sales process, and you nail it every single time. So that way you can truly become a millionaire car salesman. Now, what? Let's talk about that, Sean.
Listen, LA, you are speaking facts, spitting fire. So I want to now dive in a little deeper to this. Okay. So we have this AI technology because I really don't believe that AI is going to destroy people anytime soon. I don't know about the future. I'm not psychic, but I think for right now, we are in an opportunity that whoever could engage AI the right way strategically is going to create an unfair competitive edge. So for us, I do believe that eventually AI is going to affect CS customer service roles, maybe even frontline sales roles, maybe even frontline BDC roles. vehicles. So, but we are still going to need humans to a certain degree for the immediate future. For the next 3 to 5 years, as far as I could see, we're going to still need people. And so the people that we have need to be prepared the right way. And so one of the things that technology has evolved in is the ability, like, let's just use this. I don't want to bring this up in a negative way, but the whole operation that the United States government just executed in Venezuela, LA, is clinical precision. Okay. And this has to go through a tactical training. Do you understand that they had constructed an exact replica of the presidential palace in Caracas, Venezuela, and the United States Army Delta Force, which are labeled as Tier 1 special warfare operators, practiced and drilled and rehearsed for months and months and months and months. And the United States of America literally infiltrated a country and with tactical, strategic military precision, eliminated all of the security personnel and captured a president and the first lady of another country without causing one American casualty or any equipment left behind. And it only has to do with the training. They didn't practice real customers. They didn't say, hey, I got an idea. Let's get that dictator. Let's just go send a bunch of crazy people from the bar after you had a bunch of beers. All right, let's get them on some bitch. Let's go. No. And that's what the car dealers are like, man. It's like, let's go take that up and see what happens. Let's make that phone call and not be prepared. And it's just, what are we doing? It doesn't make sense. Like, why do you have salespeople that are not prepared on how to up a customer and how to qualify them? NADA says the number one reason why people don't buy cars is because they're landed on the wrong car. That they have not been qualified the right way. Well, you know what solves that? AI. Yep. With our Bradley On Demand, our Dealer Synergy AI role-playing software could literally allow your people to role play with what? With artificial intelligence. You could role play the actual up process. How do you up a customer? How do you qualify them utilizing a needs assessment? How do you identify their wants, wishes, expectations, meet them and exceed them? That could all be done in a contained environment that's completely trackable, trainable, evolving. But yet we just wanted to wing it, LA. It makes me so frustrated.
And you know what's wild is that, see, back in the day when you had to role play, you had to have a willing partner, right? Sometimes, let's just be real. Sometimes as a superstar, you might be the only one who is willing to, work. Everybody else is like, oh my gosh, we got to do this again. I'm tired. Ain't it time for lunch, right? The thing with the AI is like, match you for it, right? It doesn't care. It never gets tired. It never says, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, right? You can do it as many times as you need to, right? That is the fun of this thing. I'm telling you, you really get to find out what you're made of, right? One of the things I love that my man Will Smith says, he talked about the difference between you and I is if we get on a treadmill, right? Either you're getting off first or I'm gonna die, right? That's just, it is what it is, right? There is no, I'm getting off first. You can't outwork me, right? Well, we're gonna find out who can be outworked because the AI cannot be outworked. It's never gonna get tired, right? So you get to decide how many times. You get to decide how great you wanna be. You totally get to engineer your tomorrow. And that's what this thing is all about.
Here, let me just speak to all of the owners and all the managers right here. If any of you listening to this podcast has a salesperson that doesn't do well on the phones, or you have a salesperson that doesn't do well with a customer, if there's anybody here that has a BDC rep that doesn't do well on the phones, doesn't do well on a customer, it's just one simple question. Why do they work for you? Why do they work for you? Why do they work for you? Because and the answer should be because I need a team to do all of the various things. But you don't need just anybody. You need the right body. I'm going to repeat that.
Say it again, Sean.
You don't need just anybody. You need the right body. Okay. And if you have the right person, then you need to develop that person. We get so mad that they can't do this or they can't do that. Hey, you know that the NADA says that the service drive, a service customer is 7 times as likely to purchase a vehicle. But why are your people not working the service drive? Because they might not know how to approach a person. They don't know what to say exactly. And they might have heard somebody maybe said it once, but they're not practicing it. So do you understand you have technology now that allows you to train in a protected environment without burning through ups, without burning through opportunities, without making your brand diluted? But it is up to you to go do so. And I welcome anybody that is having any training needs or any HR deficiencies. Come to NADA. Okay, we are at booth 3315W. We're going to be doing demos like crazy on our AI. And we're going to be giving away prizes. We're going to be doing this and that, open bar. Again, pick your brain, put my cell phone number into your personal device. You got me as a resource. Now, let's tell them what else is going on, LA. So besides this advanced AI stuff, our outbound call center, our outsourced BDC is going cray-cray.
Oh, don't tell them about this, Sean, because they're going to start. People going to start winning, Sean.
Yeah, no, listen, it's good. So our agents are crushing it. We've got a dealership right now in Ohio, a GMC dealership. Just last month, I think that we were responsible for 20 cars. So 20 cars got sold from Dealer Synergy's outsourced BDC for a GMC dealership in Ohio. Okay, and then
they might want just 20 extra cars. Just all you got to do, just 20 extra cars. Bam, just like that. I love it.
And let me just tell you, the ROI was over 10 to 15 times. So they made 10 to 15 times, the amount of revenue that they actually invested. Not double,
That's
not
crazy.
triple. 10 to 15 times. Oh, and by the way, they're part of one of our dealer groups and their sister store. They too got 20 units last month from us, and that's a Price Photography brand dealership. So again, I'm trying to have some fun with y'all because I'm just super proud of our outsourced BDCs working. And here's why, because our outsourced BDC, these agents all have 2 to 4 years experience, LA. They have to spend a month
working with me
before they start dialing for a dealer client. They have to spend a full month going through OEM product knowledge training, dealership mission, vision, value training, value package proposition training. Why buy for me? What's different and better? Plus, they're going through that dealership CRM training. They're also going to be going through email, phone call, text message, social media, AI training, objections, rebuttals, inbound, outbound, process training. They're going to be doing all of this stuff. They're going to be making about 120 calls per day, making, probably about, anywhere from 65 to 100 appointments a month, and being responsible for, again, anywhere from, I'd say 40 to, plus people to show up to the dealership on average, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. But man, the outsourced BDC is growing like crazy. So we are hiring LA. All right. So we've got teams in the United States and abroad, but we are hiring for BDC reps in the United States, in New Jersey only, though. So all of our employees in the United States are out of our corporate office, which is roughly about 15 minutes away from Philadelphia. So we are pretty much in the Philadelphia or South New Jersey market, but we're hiring for BDC reps, appointment setters, to work out of our company headquarters for our outsourced BDC. I'm also hiring a high-level internet director, and I'm also hiring a high-level sales manager. And I'm even looking for an office assistant and a bookkeeper. Man, we are growing the company. So again, we are going to that next notch. We are working with the OEMs again this year, man. LA, how excited are you for our outsourced call center? Why do you think we're having so much success, and why do you think dealers keep calling to put on agents for us?
Well, you know what? I think that the word is getting out. I think that's really the big part about it, because, people are having appointments. There's dealerships who have struggled, right, for a while when it comes to getting appointments. And now all of a sudden it's like, where did this person come from? We literally just had a new person, a new salesperson, that sold 3 cars, like in their first actual day, not like the whole, shadow and all that kind of stuff, but sold 3 cars from stuff that they didn't have to set up themselves, right? It's basically like just food on the plate, just handing it to you, right? And so it's impressive. I mean, again, brand new people don't typically do stuff like that. They're usually like a challenge they got to go through. There's a little, hump they got to cross over. But because of not only the AI, but because of the outsourced BDC, they're working, as I said, I kind of torture them for about a month, right? Just joking, right? But I really train them. I grind them up. I make sure that they know exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it, right? Why to say certain key things. And it just basically puts people in a really positive situation, man. And I think that's one of the biggest things that's happening right now. And I'm looking forward to it to continue. But I guess the reason why I don't want Sean telling everybody this, because I'm like, man, it's, the workload is already like a whole lot, man. Then all of a sudden we gonna get all these people calling, talking about, I want to be on BDC. Man, listen, we're gonna have to have a waiting list. Sean, I know how you do.
No, it's all good. But again, for right now, we're making it happen. And again, what else is really exciting to me, LA, is the relationship with CallSource. So what I really like about CallSource, and this is a crazy thing, one of their executives, her name is Gina, actually started working for us at Dealer Strategy. So, like literally many, many years ago, before the pandemic, we had a woman named Gina that was on our sales department. She worked for us. She did a great job. And then she went on to go work for CallSource, and she's been with them for many, many years. And they also have a woman named Kelly Kalopoulos. Kelly has been with CallSource. She's been a friend of mine, one of my tightest connections for many, 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 many years. And so those people over there, are, in my opinion, top notch. They're very good people. They care, and they really are trying to help. And a lot of people don't know this, but they sold part of their company to Call Review, but their part is the service BDC. So they don't do the call tracking and all that stuff anymore. CallSource specializes is in service BDC. So as everybody knows, we have this outsourced call center, and our outsourced call center is focused on what? It's focused on the sales side, the BDC side of things, just not service. So for us, we thought it was a perfect partnership because, they have a lot of customers and a lot of prospects, and they're like, they have people all the time looking for sales BDC, and they don't do that. So they refer, CallSource refers their sales BDC business to Dealer Synergy, and reverse, Dealer Synergy, refers our service BDC prospects and opportunities to CallSource. So what is your opinion about that and your opinion about CallSource?
Well, I actually had the opportunity to train some of those folks at CallSource on service BDC. And so, for me, I'm very particular. You all know me. There's certain words that just feel different as they leave your lips when you're talking to a customer. And so I was able to kind of work with them and get them saying some of the phrases that I use. And man, I'm telling you, it feels better when I hear from a CallSource service BDC rep, right? I hear them and we're role playing. I'm listening to their phone calls and things. I'm like, yo, that feels so much better to me as a customer. See, one of the things that about me, I come from the music industry. You all know I, do production and engineering and all that kind of stuff. And so sometimes people would say to me, even back then, like, LA, how do you know what my song is supposed to sound like when I'm the one who wrote it? I'm like, well, because what I do is I don't listen from the perspective of an engineer. I don't listen from the perspective of a trainer, right? I listen from the perspective of a customer. And how does a customer feel when they hear you say the words the way that you're saying them? And if it doesn't feel good to me, then I just have you make an adjustment until it feels top notch, top quality. That's when I know that more people are going to receive your process than not necessarily receive it, right? And so that's the fun part about this. I mean, again, we're at a moment in time where we get to cover the entire gambit of sales and service, including some part stuff too as well.
Absolutely. So listen, if you guys want to meet with CallSource at NADA, they're going to be at the Dealer Synergy booth at 3315W. And again, again, I'm really loving, this company when it comes to service BDC and anything on the fixed app side. They've got the stuff, dialed in. Pogo, the head of the company, is a beast at what he does as well.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Call Source because, we're going to have this amazing open bar. So if you guys want to drink responsibly, have some fun in Las Vegas, come to the Dealer Synergy and Call Source booth at NADA, so you could have some free drinks on us. And then on top of it, I know Call Source is going to be, they've donated some high-end bottles of bourbon that they got from Kentucky. So again, every day they're going to be raffling off at least 1 to 2 high-end bottles of bourbon. So all you got to do is come by the booth and swipe your badge, and you get some high-end bourbon, baby.
Bro,
Let's
that's
go.
one of my favorites too. And here's the thing, just to heighten up the vibe, just to make the vibe that much better, Sean, I might even bring the saxophone with us. You know what I'm saying? I might pull it out, right? And so we really have a real bar type of atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? I might pull out some tracks. I might, we might have a good time with this
LA,
thing. You know
I didn't even think of that. Aaron, how crazy would that be? Is LA, if you turn around and you and Karina just bring some mics there, even with those karaoke mics that we could get, I think that would be hilarious, brother. I think that would be great. You start playing the saxophone, I love it. Let me find out.
I'm looking forward to it.
Put some sunglasses on you. We'll put a fedora on you. You can make some change there too, brother.
It's all to make sure that folks get the right information. It's going to be amazing. Sean has just been letting out all the daggum secrets, just telling people all the stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to prep the team for an onslaught of all of these customers saying that they want to get involved. But it's okay, man. I'm telling y'all, every time Sean does something like this, he creates a waiting list, right? Because it's just intense as far as the work that we got to put in. But there is one product that doesn't require necessarily such much of a waiting list because it's things that we've already put together, right? And so if you want success now, there is something that we can help with. Sean, you want to talk about that on-demand feature?
I'm really proud of our Bradley On Demand. So Bradley On Demand is the industry's #1 video on demand training, tracking, testing, and certification platform. So let's understand this. All of the major speakers and trainers in the world, like Tony Robbins, if you look at Damon John from Shark Tank, if you look at Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street, or Grant Cardone, and then all of our industry people like me or Joe Verdi, et cetera, we're all on a platform called Lightspeed VT. The Lightspeed VT is not relevant to you guys because it's just a shell. There's no content. It's a platform. Just like any CRM, it's just a shell and you got to put in your templates, your content, and customize it. Well, us trainers or us speakers, us authors, there's a LMS software called Lightspeed. So we use Lightspeed like Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Joe Verdi, etc. The difference is the content. So everybody understands the average training company has maybe, if they're lucky, 500 videos. Big training companies like Joe Verdi or Grant Cardone might have 1,200, 1,500, 1,800 videos. We have approximately 10,000. So we have literally the largest training library in any country for automotive sales. We have over 10,000 interactive training modules. So these are not just 10,000 videos. Each one of these videos comes with optimization, descriptions, keywords. They also come in with a test, and it's part of an ecosystem. So we have 10,000 training videos. Next, in addition to that, it's for every subject, everything from new hires to CRM, to phone sales, to text messaging, to AI, to showroom sales, to sales management, desking, internet, BDC, CRM again, social media, digital marketing, lead generation, all that. Leasing, objections, rebuttals, time maximization, Franklin Covey. We even have curriculum for Cody Carter, the #1 car salesman in the world, Ali Reda, the person that broke the Guinness Book of World Records, Frank Crenity sells 100 cars a month. So we've got top salespeople, not cameos. This ain't a Stanley Marvel commercial. This is full-blown information. LA, what's really amazing is we have what's called our academy classes. Folks, every day we have anywhere from 3 to about 8 interactive training classes every day on every subject. The road to the sale, qualifying a prospect, utilizing a customer worksheet, CRM, VIN solutions, data mining, equity mining, lease retention, special finance, projecting, forecasting, referral generation, be-back, service, and everything in between. We literally have daily classes that you could put unlimited amount of employees into them. So like from your dealership. So you're able to do that. LA, if you've got to go, I'll wrap up right here. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, real quick. I just want to kind of break down to people because you can go to the gym and you can use the equipment that's at the gym. You can lift the weights, you can run on the treadmills, you can use the rower and all that good stuff, right? And that's cool, but man, it's nothing like, my wife tells me all the time, there's nothing like the classes she goes to. And she's like in the strength classes, kind of doing her thing, doing her body pump and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's the same thing, except instead of just working those muscles, we're working your automotive skilled path training, right? We're making sure that you are the best you possibly can be. And it's a class, right? So it's a collaborative thing where you get to work with dealers from all over the country, people from all over the world, literally, and hear how they're doing it, learn from their mistakes, right? They say, people learn from their mistakes, but wise people learn from other people's mistakes, right? You can learn from other people's experience. And I think if you were to do that, you'll see that there is no other. I guess they just never thought of it. Either number one, they never thought of it, or number two, like they're not in the game. See, one of the things that I love about Dealer Synergy and Bradley On Demand is we are in the game. I was literally at a dealership 2 weeks ago, right? And I have a conversation specifically that I'm showing of like in class of a conversation I had with a prospect that the GM himself said, we would have never got this prospect on the phone. He said we would have never, but because of the conversation flow and the way that I teach them, I'm like literally doing it as I'm showing them. See what I'm saying. Like, this is not AI. This is not.
I just had an academy class I was just hosting the other day when I was showing a bunch of dealers and our own outsourced BDC reps how to use Apple FaceTime, and they fell out of their Zoom meeting with me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, it really works." Yes,
we do it in real time, baby. That's what I like about it.
These academy classes, just so you understand, are worth about $1,000 a month, and we don't charge anything. So again, what you're paying for is the video on demand training, tracking, testing, certification. You're paying for those 10,000 videos and all the certification, all that, the technology and all that stuff. However, no other trainer's doing this. On top of that, every day, you have unlimited amount of classes that you and every one of your employees at your dealership could join for. They're called live workshops that we do through Zoom. I'm being very clear that I could sell for probably $1,000 a month. Dealerships would pay at least $1,000 a month. Wait a minute, you're doing live trainings with a real high-level automotive, trainer, consultant, somebody that was a GM, GSM, a high-level director for many years or decades. You're going to allow my staff to jump into unlimited amount of classes every day for free? Yes, for free. And here's the last part about it. Do you remember that AI role play stuff I was talking about? That's normally anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500. It's a separate product. Here's what the NADA special is. We are up until, until 2 weeks after NADA. So up until the middle of February, you follow me? I'm going to put it here, up until Valentine's Day. That's what it is. Valentine's Day is the deadline. Okay. All right. Okay. That's it. Valentine's Day.
Show yourself some love.
Show yourself some love. Here's what we're going to do. Bradley On Demand, just Bradley On Demand, is normally $1,495. That's what the price is on the website. It's $1,495 a month. There is an agreement. There's also an option that if you don't want an agreement, you could turn around and just pay for it up front with a big discount. So there is no payments. There is no term. But it's $14.95 a month is what it is. I will turn around and give anybody the free full-blown artificial intelligence product, the role-playing product, and the AI scorecard product. That's technically 2 products completely for free. So you're going to get a minimum of over $3,000 worth of technology and training a month for only $14.95 a month. 50% discount. This is good up until the end of Valentine's Day. So again, if you guys, want to show yourself some love, if you want to show your employees some love, your team some love, you want to give them the absolute best training, Bradley On Demand is a video on demand training, tracking, testing, certification platform. And I am now offering the full-blown artificial intelligence role-play technology and the full-blown artificial intelligence scorecard. Those two technologies that are valued at $1,500 per month, completely for free. All right. See you when I see you, whether I see you at NADA or I see you on my DMs. I see you when I see you. Take care, everybody. This is SVB, and the place to be is the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. If you liked it, you're gonna love Bradley On Demand. Bradley On Demand is the most advanced virtual training, tracking, testing, and certification platform. What does that mean? It's an online university. And if you like this information here, we have hundreds and hundreds of advanced videos, step by step, on how to help you sell more cars more often and more profitably. So sign up now.